Hello fellow Earthlings, it's Libs, and today I'm going to be doing the Racing to Read book tag. So this tag is part of the reading rush, so considering I've done a really bad job at vlogging, I thought I should probably do this. So all of these questions are kind of inspired by athletics, so this will be interesting. So the first question is warm-up. A book that stretches your mind. So I decided to choose Grand Union by Zadie Smith. I actually read this book for uni a few months ago, and it's a collection of short stories that Zadie Smith has written. It was only released last year, so it's still a relatively new book. I didn't necessarily love all the stories, but I really enjoyed the themes that were explored throughout the book, and it definitely was very thought-provoking and very interesting. The next question is start line. What's a book that you started but never finished? Lord of the Flies. Definitely Lord of the Flies. I think, well, I bought it when I was 16 and I've still got the bookmark in from like 100 pages in maybe. One day I might attempt to actually read it from the start again, but we shall see. I didn't particularly enjoy the bit that I did read. Okay, next question is Sprint. A book you read really quickly. I think for me that would be The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think when I got it, I read it really quickly. I think I just sat down and read the entire book. And it's still one of my favourite YAs I think I've ever read. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Okay. Marathon. What's your favourite long book? The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. That is definitely, I think, I read that book in year 12 for class and I loved it. Most of the books I read in high school I didn't really like or weren't very impactful for me, but that book was amazing and I loved it so much. Hurdles. What's a book that had ups and downs? Ooh. Josephine's Garden by Stephanie Parkin. I wanted to love this book. In theory I should have, but I didn't really like it. It had bits where it showed so much potential, but then it just all fell apart quite often. It's told from 5 different points of view and it really didn't need so many perspectives. It really could have just been 2 or 3 and it would have been great. There'd be these moments where something big and exciting would happen and then that would be the end of the chapter and it would go to another person's perspective who wasn't there for the big event, and you just kind of heard like a sentence about what happened after the big event and it just, no, that killed any excitement that it had been building towards. Okay, finish line. What's a book you were proud to finish? Do we need me to answer that? I think we should know the answer to that. It is Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. This is a huge book. I don't generally read big books, so for me this was a huge accomplishment to actually finish this. I ended up really loving this book. It was fantastic. I want to read the next book in the series, but again, I'm not a big fan of big books, so I'm probably gonna wait a while before I actually read it. Yeah, but I definitely will get around to it at some point. Gold medal. Best book you've read during a readathon. So, my real answer is the book I'm saving for the next question. So instead, I'll go with a book that I read for this readathon, and that is Africa's Tarnished Name by Chinua Achebe. I think that's how you pronounce it. I love this. It's tiny. It's a perfect size book for a readathon. It's so little It's a collection of 4 essays about Africa's tarnished name, and it was brilliant. I loved every second of this. I thought all of the essays were really insightful and really interesting, and it was just fantastic. Hello, dog. Hi. Somebody wanted to say hello. Hello. Good girl. Good girl. Sorry if you hear any noises. Her dog has decided that she needs to be in here for this. Participation ribbon. An underrated book you wish got more attention. For me, that would be Codename Helene by Ariel Lahorn. I probably have not pronounced that correctly, but we'll just go with it. I think I've talked about this book in every video I've posted so far, but I love it so much. It's so great. I wish more people were reading this and talking about it because it's fantastic. It's a fictional retelling of the life of Nancy Wake, who's one of my favourite people of all time. It's brilliant. If you don't know who she is, please Google her. She's amazing. She doesn't get nearly enough credit for all the work she did during the Second World War. She was brilliant. You might, if you don't know her by the name Nancy Wake, you might know her as the White Mouse, which was her code name given to her by the Gestapo. She was such a cool person, and it was so exciting to read a book that kind of explored what she went through and also some of the horrors of war, and it was just so great. I loved it. And the romance in this was so good, and I don't normally get really wrapped up in the romance in books. And yes, that is it. This was my first tag video, so that's exciting. I will see you next time. Bye.